Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a special Hulk edition of this week's Q... My Q&A now. I'm sorry if I sound out of breath. I just walked up the stairs. My stamina isn't where it used to be. Alright guys, let's get this on with, because this mask is literally the worst one by far. The worst mask I have bought. I know I complain a lot, but this one takes the cake. It really does. And I wish there was cake now that I mentioned it. On the inside of this thing, there's a load of foam surrounding the eyes and the mouth, which is supposed to like stick it and mold it to your face. However, it doesn't do that. All it does is it makes it harder for you to breathe and see. So, welcome to this week's Q&A, guys. Vader edition. We got rid of that pesky Hulk. I hope that you enjoy. I'm sorry if I didn't answer your questions, and well done to everybody that made it. Thanks for watching, guys, and the Q&A starts, I don't know about now.
Alright guys, let's get this thing started. Question number 1, this is from Carl, GamerNow42 Cruz. Can I ask you a question? Of course, Carl, ask away. Unfortunately, there was no follow-up to that, so he lost his opportunity. Better luck next time, Carl. Question number 2, favorite TV series growing up? Oh, that's a tough one. I was a bit of a TV nerd growing up. I watched a lot of TV. I watched anything and everything that was on. Just all of the junk that you can imagine that Nickelodeon, Fox TV, Disney, Cartoon Network, anything they threw at me, and when Toonami was a thing, anything that they threw at me, I watched. If I had to nail something down though, I'd say The Simpsons. The Simpsons has to be one of my all-time favorites, especially the first 12 to 14 seasons. Magnifico. Question number 3. Oh, here we have quite a few questions, guys. The first half of these are Would You Rather. So, would you rather be a singer or an actor? I'd rather be a singer, to be honest. I'd love the ability to sing. Oh, God, the tone deaf. Number 2. Be a game maker or an animator. I think I'd rather be an animator. I would love the ability to draw. That's almost like a superpower to me, so singing. I'd love to be able to draw and animate and sing. That'd be so great. Be a Jedi or a Hobbit. A Hobbit? What advantages are there to being a Hobbit? I want to be a Jedi with my mind powers and my lightsaber. Own Marvel or DC? I'd rather own Marvel because I think if I own Marvel, I own Disney, right? I am then Disney. I then change my last name to MC Disney, and then I rule the world and freeze myself. Would you rather be a Dalek or a Cyberman? Or is it Cyberman? I guess it's Cyberman, right? Men is plural. But I think I'd rather be a Dalek in that tin suit, just firing lasers, flying about the place. Being a Dalek could be pretty cool. Live in Hyrule or the Mushroom Kingdom. Just in case you guys don't know, Hyrule is from Zelda, Mushroom Kingdom, Mario. I think I'd rather live in Mushroom Kingdom. It seems like a much more pleasant place to live. Definitely. I'm living in Mushroom Kingdom. Although I feel as though I'd get eaten by like a piranha plant, or I'd just like step on a landmine, or a turtle would blow me up or something. I get hit by one of those bullets. I'd just be walking out my front door. Hey, hello, Mr. Toad, and then vroom, and then suddenly I'm down to 3 lives. I think I'd like the Mushroom Kingdom though. Would you rather live in Mobius or Kanto? You know, I don't know what Mobius, if I'm even pronouncing that right, is, but I assume Kanto is from Pokemon. I think I'd rather live in Kanto. That'd be cool. I've always wanted to be a Pokemon master. Who hasn't? Would you rather learn the Falcon Punch or Falcon Kick? Everyone wants the Falcon Punch. You don't want the second-rate Falcon Kick? Would you rather start doing walkthroughs or speedruns of other games? I think I'd rather do walkthroughs before I do speedruns, because speedruns, it seems to suck the fun out of it for me. Like, all of the enjoyment that you have, like, savouring the game, exploring, doing whatever you want, just is completely wrecked when you speedrun it. In my opinion, I know a lot of you guys love that. Would you rather only speak in movie quotes or song lyrics? I think I'd rather speak in movie quotes like, I'll be back, I'll kill you last, use the Force. I think the movie quotes would be pretty fun, especially if I could, like, imitate the people who originally said the quote. That would be amazing. And here we have some actual questions, guys. So, who's your favorite video game character? Oh my god, I don't even know. I don't know who my favorite video game character is. I've never even thought about it. Crash Bandicoot. Him, that lovable little spinny around Tasmanian devil guy. It's hard to dislike him. What is the funniest movie slash TV slash game quote you can think of? What is your favourite flavour of cake? Chocolate. If you had to pick a new meaning for TSMC that will never change, what would it be? The seismatic magnificent camel is something that I keep going back to, so I think the seismatic magnificent camel. Would you, actual questions, live in any movie, what would it be? I got a little confused there since it's not really set up properly, but what movie would I like to live in is essentially what he's asking. I think it'd have to be the X-Men films. Assume I'd have to live in one of the X-Men movies, right? I'd have to attend the Academy. That's what it'd have to be. I don't know which one. The one where I'm least likely to die or get enslaved. One of those X-Men movies. That would be cool. I'm not going to the Avengers movies. That seems too dangerous. New York's getting blown up. There's big giant space monsters. I think I'm going to go into the X-Men. What is your least favourite video that you have made? He specifies that in the little add-on underneath. The Turtle War. The Turtle War was my least favourite video that I have made of all time. That was the worst. Literally the worst. Question 4. If life gives you lemons, what does death give you? Limes. Death gives you limes. That or explosive lemons. That or grenades painted to the colour of yellow to make them look like lemons, but they're not really. They're grenades that blow up when you try to eat them. I actually stole the answer limes from this guy that answered CookieBot030. I don't know why it made me laugh. If life gives you lemons, what does death give you? It's just like limes. I thought that was a funny answer. Question 5. Would you ever fight the sun? I fight the sun on an everyday, son. Every single day when I wake up, I fight that sun. Do you know how I do it? Do you know how I do it? With my blackout curtains. Question 6. Who would you like to president in 2016? I think that Loki would make an excellent president. I eagerly await our new overlord in 2016. Question 7. What two shows would you like to combine in a mashup? How about SpongeBob and Ultimate Spider-Man, in which SpongeBob and his whole band of merry men, and Spider-Man and his team, Powerboy, Iron Fist, White Tiger, they all have to combat each other in New York / Bikini Bottom. New York gets flooded, there's pineapples everywhere, there's starfish laying about the streets, Sandy's tree dome is gone for some reason. I think that would make an interesting series. Question 8. What would you buy with 1 million quid? I think that the only reasonable answer to that question is I would buy as many toffee crisp as I could possibly take off of the shelves. I think that I would just make a pool of it. I would melt it down into an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and I would just swim in toffee crisp, eating, swimming. That'd be disgusting. I'd be eating stuff that I'm swimming around in, but guess what? I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care in the slightest. Either that, or I would just get some imitation gold coins and just fill a big giant vault with them, and just swim around in the vault like Scrooge McDuck. I think that that's a pretty solid idea as well. Moving on to the last question, question 9. Who would win in a fight? This is a brand new segment to the Q&A, guys. So here we have a whole list of 2 heroes pitted against each other. Who would win in a fight? Number 1, Black Panther or Deadpool? I think that Deadpool's killing Black Panther. Deadpool is nigh on indestructible. Hulk versus the Thing. I think that the Hulk might even be able to beat Superman under the right conditions. I'm thinking the Hulk. Iron Man or Iron Patriot? The original, right? It's got to be Iron Man. Batman or Green Lantern? You know, that's an interesting idea. It depends. If Batman has enough time to prepare for Green Lantern, I think Batman. But otherwise, Green Lantern is so incredibly powerful. Green Lantern is really only limited by his imagination. I think Green Lantern could beat Batman, but it kinda depends. The Flash or Aquaman? I think that the Flash is incredibly powerful. I think that the Flash has taken Aquaman every single time. Daredevil or Nightwing? Oh, that's a good matchup. Well, Daredevil's technically got some powers, but Nightwing is he's as close to superhuman as you can get without actually crossing that barrier. I think in theory Daredevil would win, but that's an interesting matchup. I'm not sure. Hercules or Thor? Thor would, I think, electrocute Hercules. I think that the first thing that Thor does, other than cracking Hercules in the dome with his hammer, is he's electrocuting him. I think Thor wins. Wonder Woman or Batgirl? I'd probably say Wonder Woman. People don't give Wonder Woman enough credit. Wonder Woman is actually kind of crazy. Wonder Woman's... She's a strong girl. She's got a lot of attributes. Batman or Captain America? I think Batman's winning against Captain America. Captain America's, he's strong, he's got some advantages, but I think Batman, really. Captain Marvel or Superman? Superman just beats everyone, doesn't he? It's not even a competition. Superman just lasers some... If Superman wasn't such a good guy, in theory, like he wasn't such a good guy, he'd just laser everybody, wouldn't he? He'd just melt everybody's brain out with his laser. Red Tornado or Iron Man? You know what? I don't even know who Red Tornado is. This is the first. I actually don't know who Red Tornado is. I can't even imagine. Or Iron Man. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Iron Man. Iron Man's pretty good. Flash or Spider-Man? You know what, that's an interesting question, because if Spider-Man's spider sensors do their job, and he can use his webbing to slow down the Flash, but then again he can just vibrate out of it, I'd probably say the Flash, unless for some reason Spider-Man can use his spider sensors and react quick enough, and... just knock out the Flash. I think that's the only way that's working. Martian Manhunter or Professor X? I think that Martian Manhunter actually has a resistance to psychic powers. I think that Martian Manhunter's probably getting Professor X on this one. And Lobo or Wolverine? I've got to go with Wolverine. Wolverine's just too strong. Wolverine is way too strong. I'm saying Wolverine. That was a fun one. The who would win in a fight section over. And on that bombshell, that's where I'm going to cut off this Q&A, guys, before things get a little out of hand, before this thing ends up being half an hour. So, if you guys have enjoyed this week's Q&A, I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a like, favourite, share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out, guys. I would just vastly appreciate it. As usual, I have loved recording this Q&A. I love reading through your guys' questions, and I love responding to you both in the video, and I do sometimes respond to you guys in the comment section. I feel a little guilty, though, when I respond to you in the comments, because so many of you comment... if I respond to one of you, I feel as though I should respond to all of you, and it makes me feel a little bit guilty. So sorry if I didn't respond to you either in the comments or in video form. Better luck next time, guys. I've been trying to cut down the amount of, multi-questions that I'm answering. I'm trying to cover more people rather than, just doing 5 big, massive multi-questions. So if you like this video, guys, like, favorite, share if you would. Feel free to do all of those things to help me out. The next Q&A will be 2 weeks from today, but the Q&A questions video that I'll be posting will be 1 week from today as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.